Hey guys, and welcome back to Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. We're on our way to Teehee Valley now, because Princess Peach, the visiting dignitary that she is, wants to go visit her subjects in the immigrant town of Little Funky Town. But first we gotta deal with these shitheads, because the Lucky Two just can't stop giving it all this.
Yeah, about this time in the game, Lucky Twos will actually show up and drop shit on you, being completely fucking annoying. I think you can fight them, but I've never been able to really do it reliably. I think what you would have to do is you'd have to get Luigi to get on top of Mario's head and do like a super jump, but it's very easy to get hit by whatever Lucky Two is throwing out at that time. So it's very easy to get into that kind of battle situation where they get to attack first.
Now, this is a mandatory area, but there's a little extra bit to it, which we'll go into detail on after we've picked up our next hammer upgrade.
Oh, neat. Help, I'm level 20!
Oh, Jesus, I'm trapped in a level status field.
What the hell are you guys doing here?
Oh, we needed a bigger pad, so we moved out to the sticks.
Nah, alright. We live in a cave, so nobody can fucking bother us. You notice there's a problem here? Those pots in the corner. Man, my inner Legend of Zelda is, like, going wild right now.
Oh, calm it down, Link, calm it down. They could be striking mightier blows. Yeah, now we're talking.
There we go. I need to strike the mightiest blows. Nothing less is acceptable, I'm afraid. And as you know, since I got this for free, I demand so much from it.
I demand the upgrade also be free, you know?
Yeah, you know, that's just how it works. That's what happens when you deal with this client base. You know, they want everything for low and or free, ideally. Alright, you chipped the paint. Good job, guys.
I see, so black is the base colour, then it's grey.
And then it's possibly something else after that, which is an obvious color when you think about it.
This is a typical, like, I forget what the term is, like gating sort of mechanic that most RPGs have. You know, in the older Pokemon games you'd have the HMs. In Paper Mario, it uses a similar formula, like where you get like the normal boots, the super boots, and eventually the ultra boots. Same for the hammer. But it's going to be a while before we get the ultra hammer here in Mario and Luigi, because you don't get it from a treasure chest. You have to wait until a certain point in the story to be able to get it. And I'm saving here because there is a bit of RNG coming up in a certain minigame.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for it. I think you're doing what I think you're doing at the moment, actually.
How vague and or ambiguous.
Oh, hello, it's a thwomp. That's rare.
200 coins for a single go? Why the hell not?
What kind of fucking racket are you running down here? I guess that's why he lives in a cave. Because he tried to pull this shit in town, and he got booted out.
Alright, so we have to whack one of these, and if we're lucky, we'll get a certain special prize.
Ooh, prizes.
I like prizes.
So yeah, like you said, RNG, but I save stated, and you should too.
You know what? That was my first try.
Nicely done. Well, I guess it's pretty good for a 1 in 3 shot, yeah.
And what do we get for getting the secret scroll? We get a new bros move. It's called Swing Bros. I won't be showing it off for a while because I like to practice before I actually get into the nitty-gritty of stuff in battle.
Yeah, but as you go along and you get better hammers, you can actually come back here and get, you know, new moves and things like that and unlock some other stuff. I have gotten only Swing Brothers, I believe. There is, like, another extra attack you can get. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but I always had trouble kind of pulling them off. Again, it would be something you would have to practice. They don't actually use any items or abilities. They're just more like they're using their bodies kind of move. So it's nice to have a little bit of extra variety, but really, if you have Chopper Brothers, you're pretty good to go.
I think each brother has, like, 4 BP specific moves they can use. Like, you have the movement move, which is like Splash Bros or Bounce Bros. Then you have the ones you get from the hammer. Then you get like the hand specific ones, which we'll be getting in a little bit. And then you have one special move each. Like for Mario, it's, I believe, Swing Bros, and I think Luigi gets one as well, but don't quote me on that. Here we go.
Yeah, we're kind of playing this up a little bit, admittedly. Again, love this game, but there are parts of it that annoy me personally, but it's not necessarily a huge detriment. But Teehee Valley is not really one of my favorite areas, mostly because of the annoying shit we'll be doing in it.
Yeah, because, desert areas are very hit and miss in terms of, I would say, being entertaining when it comes to RPGs. Again, just personal opinion here. But we're going to have to escort Peach throughout the entire thing. And if she goes outside your field of vision, she'll get kidnapped. And so the section, at least in the area you get to from screen to screen, will start again.
It's one of those annoying, pointless escort missions that make no sense. And really what Princess Peach will do, we'll see this in a minute, she'll basically be walking around on her own, not sticking with her fucking escorts for some reason. And she, again, if you leave her out of your sight, she can get kidnapped, or she can run into random encounters on the overworld. And she will actually get kidnapped that way too. What I like to do here is, when I'm in one of these areas, it goes for like a few areas, I think like 4 rooms. What I like to do is I like to actively run into the encounters real quick and take care of them.
Yep.
And then I let Princess Peach loop back around, because you'll also have to use Brothers moves and do some other stuff in order to basically build platforms in order so she can get onto the next area. Again, makes no sense why she's doing this when she should be sticking with Mario and Luigi, but I guess she's kind of stupid in that regard.
Well, let me correct you there slightly. It's not that you're building platforms for her. You're basically trying to get to the door switch in each particular room, so to speak. And yeah, you mentioned the Bros moves. It gets a little bit finicky with the whole switching out and, making Luigi do the balance jump, making Mario do Splash Bros or whatever, the spin jump. And, yeah, I'm not a fan of Teehee Valley. It's, I won't call it a blemish on an otherwise good game, because there are more divisive parts of Superstar Saga, but I've said it before, I'll say it again. Most of my favourite games are the ones that have slight bits of jank to them, like Mirror's Edge, for example. Love that game, I'd never argue it's a masterpiece.
And as for these guys, you'll definitely want to watch out for the spikes on their head. They have a move where they bring up a sandstorm, but the sandstorm is really easy to see through, so it's pretty easy to tell which brother they're gonna attack, so just keep an eye on them and you'll be fine.
I like the music of Teehee Valley though, that is one big plus right there.
Now you'll actually re-enter this little area every time you have to go get Princess Peach, no matter which tube you take, basically. So, if you're fucking up a lot, like I did, like the second time I did this, it gets old fast.
You don't actually have to fight these guys, you can very easily just, walk around them if you're careful.
But you'll notice they're kinda... See, that happens, they're scooting back and forth. It just wastes time, really.
Oh, thank God. Not a blemish in sight.
Alright, and they hug each other in front of Princess Peach.
Oh, what brotherly love these two have. Why aren't I getting a hug?
Because you don't get shit, Tom. I'm sorry. What are you gonna do? Record the game for us? Yeah, see, it's these kind of missions I don't like, where it's just like, you gotta inch along super slow, hope they get there in time, make sure you don't let on any sight. It just drags a little bit. And earlier I did say that the game has a very good pacing. It does. I firmly believe that. But it's really just this section, and just the nature of the gameplay itself for this particular bit, where it just kind of drags more than usual.
Well, deserts are by their very nature very slow paced, because you run through a desert, you'll probably die of dehydration if you ain't got no water on you. I don't know why I somehow transitioned to Australian there for a second, I apologise.
Yeah, as you know, Australia, incredibly hostile environment, as judged by the people that live there in the cities,
Okay, Mr. Wise guy. It's kind of hard for me to describe how these sniffet cacti actually operate, but if you watch their arm, they'll basically indicate which brother they're going to attack, and then watch their mask. If they take a long time, sucking air in, that's one you have to jump over. If it just basically wiggles a little bit, they'll basically shoot one of those projectiles that bounces, so don't jump in that instance.
And to make it cross up even more, sometimes they will actually shoot mushrooms at you that can restore your HP, so it's very easy to get thrown off by what's coming your way.
Otherwise, the desert's not too bad. There is another enemy, which we'll be seeing, because obviously, they made Teehee Valley, they're gonna make us come back to it at one point, and there's another enemy there, which I don't think we see on our first time through.
And red and green peppers back there, I don't know if we mentioned this, but they actually increase attack and defense respectively. Or, no, it doesn't depend on the brothers. You can just use it. They're colored like the brothers, but it's not like, oh no, Luigi don't like red peppers, I can't eat them. It's not like that, basically.
Let me just look up what they actually do, because I very rarely use the peppers at all. Let's see. Apparently black Yoshis and white Yoshis seem to like them in Yoshi's Story. Oh yeah, I think those special Yoshis in Story can like eat any fruit and it counts as a good one.
For a moment there, you talking about Yoshis, and for a minute I thought you had gone to a completely different page, just ignoring what you were actually doing.
Red and green peppers appear in Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, and both of these, plus a new blue pepper, appear in Mario & Luigi Partners in Time. They serve as stat boosters. Green peppers raise defense and reduce weight, red peppers raise attack and weight, and blue peppers raise speed. In Superstar Saga they only affect one character, but in Partners in Time they affect all characters currently fighting. Also in the latter game, the gravity changes are removed, so basically the one handicap they have gets removed in the second game, making things easier.
Yeah, I mean, like, the weight thing doesn't really come into play that much in Superstar Saga anyway. Really, the only time you have to worry about weight is like a few attacks, like with Cackleta's black holes.
Oh yeah, now that is a spicy meat-a-ball.
Luigi, she's lifting weights and getting real swole.
Luigi likes to lift.
This room definitely gave me some trouble, because again, you have to maneuver everything, and it's a lot easier if you just kill all the encounters beforehand. But again, the tricky part is you have to do this real fast, while Princess Peach is on screen, wandering around like a fucking idiot. No, I'm not letting this go! This is a really stupid idea.
Okay, just gonna run along here, smash this block, get Luigi underneath here. See, there's a lot of, like, minute stuff, or minutia, that you have to go through in these sections, and it's just a little bit, like, fiddly, because if you get one thing wrong, Princess Peach is walking at, like, such a speed that, like, it's not too fast, but it's just fast enough that you'll have to repeat the whole section.
Yeah, I mean, really it's the fact that she is stupid, that she's just kind of blathering everywhere that's causing the problems here.
This is, I believe, the last room in this particular section, and obviously it's also the hardest, so we're just going to go through, take out these guys, I'll cut to this bit because Princess Peach kind of got caught, and it's for the best because this run is a successful one.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, for this kind of room, I would have had to retake it anyway. Now you're just confusing this poor woman. Go this way. No, go that way. No, and you're just fucking with her now.
Alright, here we go. Now we gotta switch things up. And you gotta be careful because it's very easy to slip off these platforms while you're trying to adjust yourself.
Fortunately, this is the last room, as you said, so once you do this, you're pretty much good to go.
One last thing I'll say about these sections. When Peach is walking to the end, make sure the text box comes up first before you walk off screen. Because if you walk off screen while, you know, she's not, like, directly talking to you about being at the end of each section, you'll have to redo it again.
Yeah, I've done that before,
Same.
actually.
Yep.
And I was like, you motherfucker!
Yeah, you go on ahead, Peach. We gotta save our game because I sense a boss fight approaching.
Yeah, this and one other incident later on, which we will refer to as the incident, is probably when I got the saltiest about Superstar Saga in terms of the difficulties that it had. But for the most part, like I said, game otherwise runs pretty smooth in terms of its difficulty spikes.
Okay, just wipe this away.
Luigi was here. Mario is a loser.
Funky Town side. Oh yeah.
That reminds me, I got a label maker at work and I was testing it, so I printed out farts galore and I printed it on my table. Just to make sure it worked.
Okay, well at least everyone knows it's you, because no one else in that store is as immature as you are.
Pretty much. Well, I can name a few, but that would just be mean. Well, maybe it's just asking for her autograph. You don't know that, guys.
Heroes detected. Moving to intercept.
Must punch current heroes.
Oh, okay, here we go. Get ready, guys. It's time to fight Trunkle. I cut this boss fight down. What you're seeing is the second half, because Trunkle, he's one of those bosses where you have to expose his weak point, then spend a little bit of time whacking away at that particular weak point before he reforms. Now, You can expose his weak point by continually attacking the body, and that will like split him up, or you can attack the tree right on top of his head, which is the weak point, but that has much higher defense, which will just make the fight that much longer. So I decided to cut things down, and I'll be honest, the first half of the fight is essentially the same as the second half of the fight. He has all the same moves. The only difference is I think he when you get him down to the point where he's about to start splitting up, he'll start to heal a lot more. And yeah, it's just basically a battle of attrition here. You've got to make sure you've got enough syrup to be able to do more damaging attacks, because even the body has high defense, so it's just basically whacking away at this thing until he dies. And I know that's the same for every other boss in the game, but this one just feels really tedious.
Now, this is definitely another filler boss, because honest to God, before we had gotten to this point, I fucking forgot that Trunkle was in this game. I even remember the other filler boss later on that we're gonna fight at the beach, but Trunkle completely slipped my mind. And I know you cut it down for time, obviously, but I kind of wish you didn't, so I can kind of see what he's doing. So now I gotta figure out his attacks on the fly, because again, I don't remember this guy at all.
Well, you never listened to me, because I told you the first half of the fight, same as the second half of the fight. He rolls rocks at you, he pulls stuff in via his super duper high suction breath, which I guess is trying to trip my Luigi up, because there's poison mushrooms and whatnot there. But otherwise, that's about it. He chucks rocks at you and he heals every so often. At this point, he'll start to heal a lot.
He just gave you 4 mushrooms. Where are you getting these from? I hope it's not the inhabitants of the little fungi town back there.
Oh. The lore takes a startling dark turn.
Hey, they had the status effect back in Super Mario RPG where you could be turned into a mushroom. Could that status effect also happen to toads?
Huh. Interesting.
I legit want to know, because they're already mushrooms. I guess it would be one of those situations where it just doesn't work. I mean, it's like trying to infect a werewolf with lycanthropy again. It doesn't quite work. He doesn't become a double werewolf, you know?
My god, double werewolf. Boom. So, Trunkle memories, mate. Sorry, Luigi, by the way. I'm just not very good with jumping over things as Luigi, I suppose. Your memories of this particular boss fight, mate. Give them to me in brief.
Well, now Luigi's looking like a Dampier. Again, happy Halloween. Again, I don't really remember him that well, but I don't seem to recall having a ton of trouble. He's not a boss that just makes me go, oh my god, this guy was a huge pain in the ass. He was just there, because at this point they needed another encounter, because you're probably done with the whole, Princess Peach escort mission. You wanted a little bit of action, and in that regard, that's fine. I like having a boss here just to kind of break things up a little bit, but at the same time, not really that memorable in my opinion.
Well, it's just the fact that, he's got such high defense, and, he's a gimmick boss, so if you don't know what you're doing, you could be here much longer than you need to. And since you've already gone through a tedious escort mission, it's just kind of and this is kind of being a bit hyperbolistic, but it's the cherry on top of the shit sundae, you know?
Well, I wouldn't really call Superstar Saga a shit sundae. It'd be a perfectly made slice of pizza, but one of the corners is just flicked a little bit, and it's oh no, it was perfect, but now it's not.
Okay, the correct mini Trunkle that you want to go for is the one that has the orange in his mouth, and there you go, it's the one at the front, so one more Chopper Rose should seal the deal.
Well, that's good, because I am pressured to say things about this boss. There we go, take that orange.
And of course our reward, as it should be, is a level up.
They're getting level ups outside of college. Could it mean that you don't actually have to go to college to get anywhere in life?
Well, college is not for everyone. There is always the rare candy option. Could've got a 5. I'll settle for 2.
You blew it, Luigi. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, see you, Trunkle, I guess. We could have settled that peacefully, but, well, at least we know he's not a native of Little Fungi Town, so we don't have an international incident.
It's okay. It was just a random monster. Nobody cares.
Now, if you actually do manage to get here, before you do the escort mission, Trunkle will still be here, but he'll just be asleep, making the area, impassable.
Huh, interesting. I never tried that before.
I think I did it once, but every other time I went by the game's rules, you know. It's gotta be great to get out of this insufferable hellhole that is Teehee Valley. I'm glad you're having fun, Peach. You didn't fight your way through waves of, like, desert Goomba assassins. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time when we join our heroes in Little Fungi Town. Bye bye for now.